Greetings. Welcome to the Mid-Missouri Kayak and Weather Report for February 2020. At 12:15 on February 2nd, the temperature is 61 degrees. We're headed for a high in the mid to high 60s, and it is super sunny. Somewhere around 60 tomorrow, and then 30s and 40s the rest of the week. But yeah, it's a beautiful day for kayak, and why wouldn't I want to be out here? Yes, get my monthly kayak in. Maybe my first on Groundhog Day. Hey, he saw it. He didn't see a shadow. My first on Super Bowl Sunday, and probably my warmest paddle in February, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm on the Moreau River. I launched at the Honey Creek Access, and it's called that because Honey Creek enters the Moreau River about a quarter-mile upstream from the fishing boating ramp. And I actually went into it. Usually I can't go very far, but I went into it quite a ways. That was pretty cool. Well, this is something new for me. I'm actually a quarter of a mile into Honey Creek at the Honey Creek Access. Usually I can get in a couple hundred feet, maybe 100 yards, but water's high enough in the Moreau that I can actually come into Honey Creek until I got to this gravel bar here. I'm in a little pocket off to the side of it. So this is pretty cool, and I had a kingfisher escorting me, staying ahead of me, twittering away. So that's cool. Yeah, the water level is a couple feet higher than what I'm used to when it's low. There's a gravel bar right near the entrance to Honey Creek that I have to hug the bank to get around, and I'm scraping on the bottom on the gravel, pushing my hands off the bottom to get past it. And that was probably, I couldn't touch the bottom with my paddle, so that was pretty deep there. But it has been higher. When I was here last month, there was mud on the ramp pretty close to the top, so that means the water was like 15 feet higher than this. You know, when I did not kayak, I think around January 15th when I tried to go paddling. So yeah, water level's pretty high, and over my head, my favorite overhang is, there's a point right here where I was sitting where it is 6 inches above my head. Yeah, and most like a foot, and it's full of these holes. They're pockets within the limestone that are pretty cool. And I don't know what they had in them before, maybe geos or something, I don't know what. But during the spring and summer, the bank swallows will come here, and they'll nest. So you can see sticks inside here, and some grass still hanging in some of them. So that is pretty cool. And yeah, I've never been able to touch this before that I can remember. So that is pretty cool. I paddled maybe a mile and a half upstream, but the water being higher, it's moving swifter. Swift for here. There, usually I can stop and to take a picture of a tree and just very slowly drift past it, not even a mile an hour. And in some of the shallows that are going over gravel bars that I normally have to go around, that volume of water is passing over real quick, and so I was not paddling and going 3 to 4 knots, 3 to 4 miles an hour. So it was slower going upstream, so I didn't go as far. And it'll be pretty quick going back too. Yeah, the current wants to pull me away from here, but if I allow it to turn myself too much, it get washed out by sunlight. So I've seen, for wildlife, I've seen a couple of woodpeckers. In fact, one of them was hopping in and out of a tree, and I tried to get a photo of that, but it wouldn't sit still, damn it. Kingfisher and a couple of chickadees, but that's about it. Now, yeah, I wouldn't want to come here when the water is higher. This is probably the highest, and maybe a little more, that I'd come down here, because as swift as it is, it has to be much swifter when there's a higher volume of water coming down. And that's when, trees are moving downstream. I don't want to be caught up in those, even if they're underneath me especially. So there are some trees, in fact I passed 3 of them. They were toppled together. I thought maybe they had washed downstream, but 3 of them are so broad together they would have been 40 feet across, would have pretty close to the banks on both sides. So obviously it's from the water being high enough that it washed out at their roots, and their roots are still connected and clinging together, and it's toppled over, and the high level right now is currently at their base. So actually above probably where they were rooted. So yeah, but still nice out here. What trees? Oh, there's a red-headed woodpecker over there. So there's another one. I saw pileated earlier. Trees. What I like about this stretch as compared to the other one is it's narrower, 60 to 80 feet across, and there are more. The trees and the banks are just closer. The higher banks and closer, and there are actually stone walls just 30 feet from the water line that are 40 feet high. You know, little mini bluffs. So it's really nice, and you know, oftentimes during the winter, I'll see eagles actually in trees over the water. So I was hoping for that today, but no luck. But yeah, those sycamores, oh man, especially there's some along here. The older ones, obviously, they're pretty good size, around and height, and to see that white against the blue sky, yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's one of the things I like about coming along here. Yeah, it's brown like where I was 2 days ago, but that was mud washed up on banks, whereas these are pretty steep banks, so it does that. You don't see that as much. You just see washed out trees, I guess. All right. Well, okay, that's it for all that stuff. I don't have a lot to talk about. Super Bowl Sunday, did I say that? I think this will be this is my first Super Bowl Sunday. First Groundhog Day. Warmest paddle in February, probably. Yeah. I think I covered all that. So, something I forgot to say in my vlog 2 days ago is that I have a poem in print. Yeah, I've had them appear in journals online, but first time in print. It's in a poetry anthology. It's also available as a Kindle. It's on Amazon. The title of the book is Pain and Renewal. I submitted a few poems, and one of them was accepted. So, yeah, it's my first print poem. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's it. Go home and watch the Super Bowl. Go Chiefs. Yay! That'll be good. That'll be good. Well, I'm going to go out there in the sun and do my quick paddle back. This has been your Mid-Missouri Kayak and Weather Report for February 2020. Ciao, folks. And vlog on.